Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sir Spam28 here, bringing you a world in a T25-2 on Winter's Himmelsdorf. As you can see, it's a Tier 7 match. I'm in a Tier 7 tank destroyer. However, if we look back at the scorecard there, it's a 41%er. If you look at the enemy team, they've got some pretty good tank drivers in their Tier 7s, and then they've got some okay tank drivers kind of scattered throughout the team. So this is a 41%er. But I mainly wanted to cast this just to show you what happens in Himmelsdorf if you don't go the hill. To start out the match, I kind of forget where the boundary is and that you can't go behind the church. So I pull the bowhunted move and like, oh yeah, I can't go this way. So then I'm going to go ahead and head towards the hill. Now my rationale, even though the T25-2 is a very lightly armored tank destroyer, it has incredible gun depression. And I've actually been able to put it to some pretty good effect up on this hill. Just, you know, peeking the very tippy top of my turret out. And if they were smart, they would see there's an open top turret and then shoot HE at me and just decimate my turret when it pokes out. But luckily, no one's that smart. And luckily, actually in this match, no one's really smart enough to go to the hill anyway. Now, if you pay attention to the mini-map, you can see that a large majority of the team is heading either over to the railroad tracks, the enemy team I should say, or they're heading into Tank Alley down there on like the 8 line. Now the 8 line is great for some brawling heavy tanks, but you usually want maybe 2 and a tank destroyer down there, 1 and a couple tank destroyers, most ideally, and you want the bulkier forces to really take the hill on Himmelsdorf. You know, to kind of rout the enemy and be able to get some flanking routes into the enemy side of the city. So coming up the hill, we see that the enemy Hellcat's already been destroyed. And this is the, you know, gun depression I'm talking about. You can, like, kind of pop over and use kind of that ridgeline there. Now, I see that no one is up here, but they have 4 tanks down there in Tank Alley. 5 tanks, excuse me, in Tank Alley. So I'm just going to go for it. Like, the VK-3002's, you know, clearing out the other side of the castle. And I see artillery come up. I take a snapshot into him, and my damage combined with the comet damage behind me takes him out. Now, I get out of the KV-1's gun range and then just start wailing on him as he drives forward. I don't know what he's doing, but, you know, there he goes. Now we have completely taken the hill on the map. It's already 4-1. There's no more resistance. Now we can bomb it down the hill and really clean up the enemy team, because we're going to have some good flanking routes into all of their positions that they've holed up in. First and foremost is Tank Alley, which we actually did lose because they sent so many tanks there. But now I'm going to have some rear shots. This SU-100 decides that he wants to come poke out. That's not going to be great for him. You can see we got shots on him. And boom. There he goes on fire, and that's all she wrote. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to get some shots on the Chaffee and the A2. Now I see their artillery, and unfortunately his gun is pointing at me. So I take a crap load of damage, but I do get a shot into him, and then again that comet finishes him off. Just like the last artillery that we shot together. And unfortunately, that Chaffee dies before I can get to him. And now it's 13-4, and they only have 2 tanks left. And this match has been going on for, what, 3-4 minutes? And now I'm just going to take some cross-map shots into the VK. He's the last one left, and was also, I think, their best player. Yes, he was. Get some more damage in, and there he goes. And that, as they say, was that. So hopefully this just demonstrates how important taking the hill on Himmelsdorf really is. I mean, granted, we won in the center of the map and we won on the railroad tracks, but we lost Tank Alley. But losing Tank Alley really doesn't matter all that much on Himmelsdorf if you're able just to steamroll the hill like we did. And the only reason we steamrolled the hill, if you noted the tanks that went up there, none of our heavies went up to the hill. Hell, we only had Tier 6 heavies in this Tier 7 game anyway. And they didn't come up the hill. It was the Comet, it was the VK-3002, and it was me, a lightly armored tank destroyer. And I believe that A44 also was up there as well, but another medium tank. If they would have had, like, the Tiger up there, The KV2 up there would have been, devastating to some of our lightly armored vehicles that were able to steamroll the hill without any opposition and really just close out this game in record timing. So I ended up doing 1,720 damage that game. This was a double. I think I got like 2,400 experience. That was with double and premium. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the replay, and I hope this just demonstrates how important taking that hill on Himmelsdorf really is. And I'll see you guys next time.